glad say me know ebedi sa enkomoyi. I think I'm very fortunate to. Very fortunate. In the last 5 MDC was about I'm the first to interview them. Yeah, it just crossed my mind. Wow. Anyways, mene papa bi bedin komo fidie so na academia I come into interview nimpo if say a PhD holder na anye some became nya sempen so meka enya John course na e bi koye ni yo de yeah John course is the cry we o PhD in
Happy FM 98.9
computational systems biology TNEPA PhD holder in computational system biology University of Manchester also BSc in computer science with business management University of Birmingham and then call interview near BSA no we odum say we send dia kwechire or a founder or a wire money and so remittance platform just say masa omejuma Africa countries be brave and no anejuma wate with over 500 plus connections and intimation so emfa and my why and I'm in edin komoyi or the new managing director Adiamah Glorious Accra House of Folk Delali Adiamah and I'm in edi enkomoyi. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy FM 98.9
we academy asemo nti John degrees ne masters na come on here but it's interesting from biology to sports.
Oh, biology, then I did banking first. Banking and tech and then consulting and then football.
Also from biology to banking.
Yes.
To technology.
Yeah. And then consulting.
And now football.
Yes.
How has the journey been for you?
Oh, are you okay? Are you good? Mekaju Accra. With the Chile fancy English.
No problem.
It's okay. But yeah. So it's I want to say to you, maybe it's good now. Financial crisis.
Oh.
Aha.
The first or the second one?
Second one.
Okay.
It was bad. National banks need pay for
recession.
Some of us got lucky. Say, oh, Mumba, more backgrounds in Nadia, like they like computing, and math near identity.
Happy FM 98.9
That's how I started. To create my RBS Accra. Until Fiona again, that company buy so by tech. Tech there. I've been doing tech since I was like 16. That one was straightforward.
So kind of your hobby that eventually became a career?
No, my Mbapa, computer science.
Oh,
so it's in the family. Kind of in the family business. I don't know about natural. From 16, 17, I started doing tech. And then again, all the way to university. And then we read a PhD. And it's okay, let me just go into banking and do tech. And yeah, that's kind of how it kind of continued. If you're on okay, then now I can consult and advise companies on tech and banking.
Banking.
Yes.
Very interesting. But when say banking industry, you call some sir.
Oh, banking. Oh, but it was good. It was fun. Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. There's always this conversation, even in Ghana, say, why should people not find themselves in where they've been trained, for instance? We engineers stay in engineering.
Right.
And say, who's engineer be a banking, TB crowder. Do you get some of these things sometimes?
Oh, debut. I mean, no. With me English for banking.
Yeah.
With me history. With me anything via. It's more the transferable skills. No, you see frame. If you go university, so how you manage your time, how you complete your assignments nowadays. If you to compare like a banking versus a history, there are overlaps.
Yeah.
Right. It's more about your skills of being frame. It's not just a computer and just computer science.
Yeah.
We do not be a doctor. See about administration, processes, control, how do you manage a team, as opposed to the actual course now.
Yeah, so more of management.
Yeah.
Which principles not running through and found maybe out.
And found. It could be football related, it could be the only say start football, no see about football quickly. Or start TBI or bank, no see quickly about what it is to operate. And now you can just transfer those skills from one to the other.
But when through CV, For instance,
Yeah.
PhD was in University of Manchester. Your master's was in Birmingham.
I didn't do a master's actually. So first degree and PhD straight away.
So
Then master's.
5 years DNB.
No, 3 years undergrad and 4 years or 3.5, 4 years PhD. So my master's degree. That looks at But yeah, so now you can do it actually.
But academia is difficult.
It is hard. It's hard.
You lose some part of your social life because, for instance, if from degree straight to PhD means that you let go a lot of things. You didn't have fun.
Oh, so it's not. PhD wasn't a joke. So every day, that was the time when I made my Manchester. I had to even stop.
Yeah.
Right, because it's too much work.
Now you're Manchester.
Yeah. So I support Manchester United.
Okay.
I've been there from day one. When the chance came, I said, you know what? If it's Manchester there, it's Manchester over any club, any country, any city in the world. And then when I tried to actually be a volunteer.
Okay, so you volunteered at...
I tried. I'm like, oh no, you should come and do something else. I'm like, oh, thank you. Me the same day. As long as I'm here, dear. So that's how it ended.
So what role did you play at the club?
I was in finance and looking at I said, you're more stands. I said, yeah, well, common stands. No, more the VIP sections where it's glass, but someone has to manage those boxes. No,
corporate boxes, no.
Yeah, from the financial point of view, making sure like sponsorship, money is coming in here. What I'm going to
Okay, Manchester, there are many clubs in Manchester. Manchester being okay.
Oh, there's only one club in Manchester.
Not the blue side.
I know it's the
red side.
They'll come after me, but there's only one. There's only one.
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
Glory, Manchester United.
Like forever, ever. It's only one city, one club in Manchester. They are there, they'll go away, don't worry.
How was it for you working there?
Oh, it was amazing. It's probably one of a very good experience. So you get to know, say, it is not just football.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for the fans, you only just watch football, but there's more to it. So you understand the management side of it, what goes in, what goes out, the commercial side is very important. Even when we're not playing football corner, we make money.
How then do you make the money?
Oh, there was so many ways. Sponsorships, deals with different companies, banks,
partners,
Asia, there's Africa, there's a whole bunch of continents that you have operations there. You make money from them. I'd also. Okay,
sometimes say this a competition where I heard there, but we don't look at the history and the processes.
Yeah.
How did that football club, Manchester United, get into this financial machine? It generate this car and still stay competitive. The business model changed from just club will be supposed to be just playing football into a money-making venture. How did that happen? And any lessons we can learn from that?
They are very intentional.
Okay.
So, for Zambia, football, look at the stadium.
Yeah.
You can do a naming rights to it. What can we put in stadium between this car from match days? In Tibia restaurants. They have restaurants. They are like drinks. They have special shops. Right, these are things that you don't even see, but in the back of it now. It is one you're very careful about, or intentional, so is the word, about how to make money. Then you want to say, as a football club, say, oh, Sundays, come and play football and go home. Baby. It's very, very carefully thought about which players that we even sign. We want to sign a player from Asia because they want to go and do a tour in Asia. That tour will give them a lot of money. Like you have your corporate backers every year, they'll give you this amount. Until you have fundraisers nowadays. You have to really think of, say, it's a business.
Yeah.
Money comes in first and money goes out. It is not just a charity, right? And it's not just a football club. You need people, commercial experience, salespeople, marketers. You say the BI, club name. It's very, very, and they do a very good job. Yeah. Every year they call US, they call Asia, they call say the reason for it.
But do you see that also happening in this side of the world? Because it looks like air marketing is a bit different. And as it doesn't do what?
I think, say, we look at things differently. That's my experience so far.
Okay.
A bit mutual. It's nothing, say, idea slowly we'll get there, right? I have seen other clubs, even Ghana, you more try to get deals from abroad nowadays. It's possible. But it's all about how you position yourself, right?
Yeah.
Are we just a football club and are we trying to be, say, a brand? I think for me, if you ask me, House of Folk is more of a brand, right? It's not just a football club anymore. It's bigger than that, right? We want to be as Ukwevo in Africa, people know who you are, right? Real Madrid is a brand. That's kind of where we want to try and get to. And again, it's step by step. Let's do one thing first. Let's get the infrastructure in place, as Toby is doing nowadays. And then slowly you start to add the other commercial side, then we'll sort of take it from there.
One of the things that are striking me is how the institution United identified talent and brought that talent into a different department. You applied as a volunteer, but I'm sure they look at your CV and like, no, you belong here, not the other way.
That's what happened, yeah.
How then do we also cultivate that culture of talent retention, talent development, not just on the field of play, but as you said, not just football, but the commercial bit of it, the management bit of it, other kinds of food.
But this one is more cultural, I think. It's every country be our things like a goodness, things like that. It's not necessarily about who you know. It's apply, and then look at your CV. Then everyone has a chance. If you're good, you're good. Yes, there's a degree of who you know helping as well, a network. But I think sometimes here it can get a little bit too much. Sometimes, again, I've not worked in a lot of places in Ghana, so I don't know. But that's the general feel. It's all about who you know. To be on your qualified crowd, maybe I know which money. And you're careful. I know the problem pa. Right? Only make you want to know now or sage man, but only person sage man.
Because only idea, yeah.
Exactly. Now, obi so ha. When say be like say. On who say being a different club in put that. On who anything be a different place. So it'll be about the ideas. But to me, I think the key one is if Nippon is good, let the person do their job.
Yeah.
And that's key. It's always very important. So wages are very important. How much are we paying people?
Yeah. Very, very important. How do you people pretend to pay, we also pretend to work.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's a quote from former President Kufuor.
Okay.
Yeah, people pretend to work. We also pretend to pay. But I'm going to ask a question. I will lead you into my next line of questioning.
Okay.
Were you born in the UK?
No, Ghana. From Boise, semi-from Boise.
Oh, I don't say.
Yeah, I don't see. Yes, Go Fields.
Yeah.
So growing up, my dad, my parents, Anglo Gold.
Okay.
It's only in uni.
Okay.
And then as a teenager, and then we call UK.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
So, because I'm going to ask you about cultural shocks, work ethics.
Yeah.
How things seems to be faster from where you're coming from. How things are very extremely snail pace slow.
Yeah.
Of course, before you even get into your ideology of the club and where you want to move the club to, but we now to us.
From a Japanese coach to American there.
CEO.
Accra of look. Kokemashi woba wobu jotele. Kokemashi woba wobu jotele. Kokemashi woba wobu jotele.
Phobia.
Masters.
Never say that.
Masters.
Phobia.
I'm telling you, Continental Club Masters, CCM. Onyeo.
All right. But about a little over a month into the job.
And actually, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
How is it for you?
Oh, it's been good. In a sense, that's like something I always wanted.
Yeah.
And see, for me, it's like kind of like a dream come true.
Oh, so you've always wanted to manage as a football?
Yeah. So.
Or a football club?
No, it was more hard. It's the only one I've actually ever applied to. When I was like 2017, I think it was. So
before even this,
a long time ago, a very long. So it's been like years and years and years, and now it's happened. So I'm quite happy to be here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And did the first one feel like a rejection?
No. So I look at life a little bit different, Accra. Not necessarily say it's a rejection. It's more of maybe go and learn something, come back, or do one or two things and come back. Or it's not necessarily a rejection. It's more okay. What can I do to make myself better for if I had to apply again? Kind of situation.
Okay. Very interesting. I mean, it's more girl be once or bounce. Don't worry. Prepare and come back again. You never know.
7-8 years, but yeah, keep trying.
You never know. But what is your management style, for instance? Where do you want to take the club to? I mean, suppose it's need to really want to get into your mind and see where you want to get the club to.
Oh, so my style is very simple. I think for me, I've seen, and this is what I've seen and I enjoyed. That's what style management, where it's more inclusive. And yet, one person who's at the top, it's all like, how do you bring everyone together? So, over the last 3 weeks, the idea has been trying to bring the whole team together. We all work as one. Okay. We win together and we lose together, right? And it's not just even the management team. It's more the coaching stuff as well. It's also about the fans. So how do we get everyone united? I mean, that's very important. And I'm very open. Hey, talk to this person. It's not about the old style where no, listen to BR. Listen, it's open. Let's all just come together because we all want the best for us folk. Yeah. We all want to see it be one of the greatest clubs in Africa. That's what we want to try and get to, right? And if City Biania Kuna, we can see, I don't think they're Bobia. And can we all come together? So first of all, mine is let's bring everyone together. Also identify talent within the team. Identity those who be more sad and quite be on sit down your part of the team about what's going on, how to get more inclusive, and let's just work together. For me, I'm more about results. It's not about politics. I'm not used to that kind of lifestyle where workplace politics and you're trying to. It's not. It's very simple. We are here to win. We are here to do well. We are here for the results. Into what are the goals? What are we trying to achieve? And how do we get it? Execution. Like, let's really be very open about that. And then, we are conway now. We are say now. We are into now. It's more distraction. It's just more noise. Yeah. Right. So let's get rid of the noise first and see. I think now we're very, very careful. Like some of the things that come out. Let's keep the noise a little bit lower. I mean, we all have whatever in the house. And now I feel I see my Caribbean, we have a carbon thing. It's not nice. Let's stop the noise. Let's all work together as a team. And then from there, let's see how we can, achieve those goals.
How well now Unim club across folk na would there anymore? How well do you know the club?
Oh, very much. I mean, again, Obuasi Go Fields, right? So as about Kumdia, then hey, it's a whole event, it's a whole weekend. So you've known them for a very, very long time. I mean, I'm a football guy as well, so football is literally like my life. I watch, I play every single thing every day for football. So I've known them for a very long time, and to me, it's the biggest club in Ghana, right? So no offense to anyone. I'm just saying that. So it's more like you know about the club, you know everything about it. They're very, very good days, and then now we are here, right? So it's good to understand the history, very important. It's good to understand what the fans are doing, what they want, going back and ask how do we go forward from where we are.
I ask because managing a club like Hazu can be very difficult.
Yeah, I am aware.
Because they've tasted victory and successes for so long. It almost appears, they feel like it's a birthright for them to win games. And managing people like that are just like your club, Manchester United.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that shade was coming. I knew it. But it's okay.
So how do you manage situations like that?
It's about the mindset. Let's get to the point of, okay, hey, we are here, we are winners. Yeah. First of all, we are winners. So every time we do, how do we win? Right. And again, whether it's social media, and I think social media guys are doing a very good job on recent, like if you look at what's been going on the whole few days ago, right? It's all about we're all here to win. And it's not going to be all because Onimobi and not Debbie. We are here to win. Let understand, say where we want to try and get to. If you don't have the winning mindset, I don't think so you last year. Yeah. To be fair, that's just a simple truth. Some clubs will have they want to just try and be a feeder club, or they want to just finish mid-table. That's fine. That's not a thing for us where we want to be. And for us, it's very simple. How do we get everyone on the same page, the same goals, and then let's all just really perform. We're here to just work. Right? Yeah. It's not about let's change the mindset first.
But buy into the club. Now, I'm sure if, for instance, 10 years ago, how to folk, it's a bit different from that's folk today. There's massive infrastructure work going on. Yeah. Do you feel lucky, say, about Tom at this point in time? We say, as a Juman, I am I mean, is it here now?
Kind of. I think what happens now is there's more data to look at. And say, okay, this is what we did in the past at Adiamah. Yeah. And you don't need to repeat certain things that didn't work in the past. So we tried this and Adiamah, let's move on. And now, what are the things that we can try? New things that you haven't tried now, right? So it makes it a little bit, easy from that point of view, but it's not necessarily. It's all about, it's a lot of people that you have to work with, and the teams as well, the players. And over the years, how have they changed nowadays? It's again, like I think it's more their mindsets. Where do they also want? What are their goals? What are their achievements? Like, be ambitional.
Yeah.
So making sure that it's all aligned. But so far it's been good, and I think for me, the lack is Ouattara. I think that's the lack.
Head coach,
Yes, right. So they want to say, okay, you do football, I'll do management. And it's very important, sir, they don't necessarily interfere. It's okay, hey, this is your duty. Like, because if your football is good, it makes my life easy. If the football in Korea, then now there's a different story, right? And that is the easy part where he's able to do all the footballing things, without necessarily. Because right now we're winning. If we need 2 games, then the pressure is even more. Because if you lose now, the fans will come back again. So every game, there's more pressure. Right?
Yeah.
But he's taken on board very, very well, and allowing me to put some of the changes I have as well into the club. So hopefully, the 2 of us working together, it will kind of stay that way. And again, from Togo's point of view, I think if we want to try and achieve here, he's here, right? So it's kind of forcing us all to say, do better and do more, right? And it's been so far kind of like easy me into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, about Ouattara, no? And I said it earlier, the infrastructure bit brilliant, but on the field of play, where do you want to take the club in terms of the quality of material, in terms of the quality of football, the competitions you play? What's the vision for the football side?
Again, Ouattara is good in the sense of he's seen it before, he's done it before. So from our point of view, let's say we want to win the Champions League, right? He's done it before. And I say he knows the whole process, he knows the quality, the standard. You won't win by not playing well. So again, the style of football that we want to play, we're attacking. Again, there's this whole like ta switch, where it's our Ouattara football. And it kind of speaks to what we want to do. So very, very attack-minded, play very good football, score a lot of goals, right? And again, he understands the standard. So that side is, and I think people can see. I go and watch the games, the training games, I watch all the games, and I get excited because I see, okay, at least we're making the right sort of passes, the tactics. You can clearly see there's a plan. Into that level, there's very, very kind of easy for me. Let me. He's doing a good job for me. He's really taking a lot of pressure off, right? Yeah. So
football's like that. We win 1 game, 2 games, but the pressure goes off.
Yeah,
but the point is the consistency.
Yes. We have this is the second half of the season, right? As long as he keeps winning, my job is easy. he's the one that's handling more of the pressure right now, and he's doing a very good job. So, it's a great job.
You think he's the right man for the job in terms of where you want to see the club?
Oh, the experience. I mean, the guy's CV is impressive. What he's achieved, what he has done. Totally. I would even, if anything, I should be asking him for more like, okay, so what should we do in terms of football-wise? And no, but football-wise, he's brilliant, and he knows and he's done a lot.
I enjoy listening to him or hitting all the right chord. Or say team, the supporters need their Mumra Stadium, Mumra. Forget the board, no the Mumra. And I'm like, I could be a politician.
but he's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Think about Man United.
Yeah.
We have been frustrated with the Glazers
but they are there.
But we are there. Every time they were there. Every time they were there. And I think it's the same thing. Oh dear, right now you can see the steps being taken by, and you can see things are going in the right direction. Just come and support us, that's all.
But let me say this general question, for instance. There's one thing that clubs be brave have. Of course, revenue, finance, a major part of it. But one of the ways to mitigate the losses, transfers.
Okay.
How you be taught, of course, as a manager of the club, letting your price assets go for a few thousands of dollars, and also balancing your books. Fans in a percent plan it or Bobon or Shego, for instance. Let me use this player as an example. Hamza. He's winning the hearts and minds of the supporters.
Yeah.
Now, Zamalek makes an offer of $500,000 for the young chap. Player exodus is a major. What's your view on one of the biggest problems of our football, and what do you think should be done to deal with Sani Amano? Do you think that because it's a business, you have to let the player go, find another player? What's the view on that?
I think it would be quite naive of me if I don't accept that has been part of football. Players come in, players go, right? But the club stays, right? And it's something that we'll have to sit and talk, discuss. If an offer comes in, an offer is good, what do we do? Because, yes, you're right. You'll be losing someone who'll be scoring your goals for the money. And when the time comes, I think we'll sit and we'll talk and we'll discuss. But it is part of football. It happens at every club. I think we have to just understand. If as we are seeing right now, Real Madrid came and said they want Hamza, right? What will you do? We'll have to sort of sit there and then discuss everything and just say, okay, hey, well, we'll look at it.
Okay. But how do we go around it? Not just one player, but the issue of raising revenue through player sales.
Oh, that's why we have the academy as well, right? So you need to make sure all the time there's someone who is kind of like a shadow or is in the background for that person.
Yeah.
And if you manage it well, right, then one person goes, but then there's someone who's there ready to sort of take the position. Well, it's also giving people a chance in the academy. If not, then it'll be in free academy member first team.
Yeah.
Right. And same we say, equally, we also then take the money and also buy someone who can also come and do the same job.
Yeah.
Right. Clubs do it all the time. Brighton and all the clubs. It's something that we need to learn. Right. The commercial side of football is something that we have to kind of pay attention to. And again, so say from my point of view, if you are yes and we're not very intentional about it, when the time comes, we'll find ourselves wondering.
Yeah. Be intentional, no. In regard, talent ID, putting a scouting structure together to find this player. Because last weekend, Saturday, we share more junior team, Alajo.
Okay.
I was amazed. I think Dombote is doing a very good job. Very, very good job. Mone Newtown youth. It was one of the games I'm sure I managed because the talent I saw in that team, amazing. But how then do you continue to make sure, say, you are getting the best young talent into your fold and not losing them to maybe probably Right to Dream or any of those big boys in the youth development sector?
Yeah, so again, that's when the contracting part comes in. How do you make sure say we have someone our bets now for the next few years and we can develop the talent and everything else. But I'm sure those things are there that we have been discussing. But from my point of view as well, there has to be a way between the junior team and the senior team. So they know, so if someone is injured or sold, it'll give me a chance to play. I mean, that's how Rashford came, right? Let's not talk about Rashford. But again, that's the whole idea, is if you couldn't be ever, right? And from that point of view, the coaches are working on that. Again, Watara knows, and he's very structured in that sort of sense. How many probably he wants in the first team, how many he wants here, how many... very, very carefully thought about. And again, you start to sort of see these changes come through as well.
Okay. Therefore, the new house MD, had to folk MD, Delali, Adiamah, and the AD, and Como, no. Now, any but to me, what's the name? Okay. All right. We has one certain message name, Papa. I'm feel brutal. Pinto nene. Chapter 64, guys. No sending Papa. So we are loving the show. I know there are some innovations that were started out there, but the Osuvian party, how is it coming through?
Yeah, so we're going to try and have these, what we call the fan watch zone or the fan zones, where, let's say right now, you're caught even weekend, you want to be together. And then at least, we say fans need to come together, right? It's a different experience with football as a group than it be a It's the idea, say, in the whole corner, at least come together and watch the games in these sort of places that is we know, say, we can have a few like merchandise, we can go down to t-shirts, and jerseys near day. And then also, you can even be there and you can have, you never know, maybe someone might turn up that a very nice guest. But the idea is that we want to try and get collectively, say, Unyamba together, sing the songs. Let's retake back Accra. That's our city, you know. Yeah.
But the decision to play in Kumasi, for instance, I force him hand now because this is a home game. You've won 2 games. If this game is in Accra, just a numbers number and of course in the finance of the club. Going to Kumasi, how do you feel as the MD of the club, busting the team all the way to Kumasi to play a home game? Or Parabeka, the first time I made a decision, on Febidi Kumasi. Unfortunately for them, could lose so much.
So it's not ideal. I mean, let's call a spade. But we equally understand. Say we don't have a stadium.
Yeah.
And see, one of my things is, okay, how do we maybe try and get that? But at the same time, Africa Games is happening. We can't just also not, says that we're going to make too much noise about, because it is what it is, right? As a country, we also support in African games. And it goes well for Ghana, right? And that one day we have to accept. The bad part of it is the whole traveling, and it's your home game. You want to have your fans around you. You want to see numbers go up and up and up. But unfortunately, that's what's happening right now. And when the games are over and then we come back out, then we'll start to see, okay, this was happening. Hopefully by then we'd have won a few more games, and then we're kind of like at where we want to be in terms of position-wise in the league.
Okay. Pinto from chapter 64, Kramo or Center Light, Topo. Say, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
But I say, please tell him to talk less, but rather let the results on and off the field do the talking for him. Welcome to the glorious Accra folk. We need someone or the Eba, a lot more messages Eba, and I'll find time to read them on the show for you. But football without rivalry is no rivalry. Obi ayewu bo ase de mi say unim say mo bitterest rivals wo Kumasi.
Yes.
Do you think it's a dying rivalry?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, it's still the two big ones. It's still there. And again, over here, social media, it tells us that it's still very much alive. And even if say quarter and corner, it's up to us now to even revive the whole rivalry as well. It's very important for football. It's important for the fans. To have that banter going. And see that one there, we know who our rivals are. Both local and again in different regions. Yes, but it's good for the football.
It's good for the football.
Oh yeah, of course.
When you say has a tradition be one G League, no Sokoto Crown Mope.
To be fair, it means a lot to me. It's very important. Yes.
All right. So what? We has Kuno. Has Kuno. Uma commanded duty no one took a class with no susa. But what can we also do to revive the rivalry?
Stadium.
The banters, the argument. What did it me?
It's very again. Stadium is very important. Before the games, how do we promote these games? You know how you talk about the whole history, you can show some of the games, market it well. Right? Yeah. That's what we want to try and focus on, the whole marketing of our games, and especially the big ones, making it quite important so people come and watch that game.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you don't put a good show, I'll be on my head.
Yeah.
And the way you can't wait, no way you can't wait, a boy.
Obviously, can say Fantini and identity can Fantini more.
Oh, can Fantini more. Oh, Fantini can Fantini. Fantini easy for. Is here a special? The whole Fantini just changes. Oh, Fantini, okay, me can Fantini. So open Fantini there, we can speak.
I'm saying for Fantini.
Okay, Martin. Me can Fantini.
I think Bakoswa, you say modern football, airborne where TV right issues, TV production. How then do you also want to maximize that avenue? So I know there's a TV right holder for the Premier League already. Are you going to have a conversation on how to also help promote home games?
Yeah, so I think I've already been to Star Times.
Okay.
They already have the rights. Yeah. And over the time, we'll talk about a bit more about how we can do to try and maximize, revenue for, Star Times, obviously for the teams as well. It's very important because most countries, they make money from the rights, right, the TV rights. And I think the deal's already been signed, but what little things that they can do to try and make sure that the teams also get enough money, because I think Hearts and Kotoko games are live.
Almost all of them.
And the other ones, how can they also try and increase the numbers and kind of help? But again, we've already started conversations we'll work on it.
Okay. All right, minute has MD, NAD, and Komono. We say, hey, Charlie, we dear. I don't write me that. Do you feel like it's by an edit of a board? And I'll buy and Chibiana edit of a board.
Lucky is a very strong, interesting word. Okay, so what I'll say to that is, I think it's been coming for a long time. So whether it happened this year or even the past years or even next year, we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
My focus was how do we get the football right? So if you focus on the football, the board is about governance. Right? Yeah. Let the management deal with that. For us and the fans, it's how do we play good football? How do we keep winning games? How do we do the right things on the pitch? So let's focus on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get into the board politics?
I told you I'm more about results.
Okay.
Right? Politics can be a bit more sometimes a bit distracting about what's actually how do you get 3 points? Right now, how do you get 3 points on Sunday? Right, that's my focus. It's one game at a time, and it's all about how do we keep winning.
Yeah. But the principal actors are the players on the field of play. Is player welfare something you're looking at, and what's your we need a soul and I say we need your vision in the area of player welfare.
So it's about the footballers, right? I think if we focus on them and what their welfare and boy.
Yeah.
So they're human being saying right? And to say if he's not happy about the salary, happy about this and this, you'll be better than idea. And the idea is okay, how do you make them the stars of the show? Right? It's about footballers and about the fans. So if we focus on those now, I think it will be okay. I think, and again, you start to see some of the changes, and again, I'm sure they've probably been talking about this themselves, but slowly want to try and make sure it's okay, move to our new, like, Phobians Place complex, for example. They will start to have more better access to the facilities, the identity. It will come. It's about time.
All right. You didn't come out for a very interesting comment. But we basically now you told you okay. All right. You told you in the life on Happy 98.9 FM. Comment to be making kind. Oh, you made so Nana Adams. So say why is the MD still okay? We mean kind. But to fetch me. But my loan mommy. Nah, me kind music about life on our Facebook page. Phobia. I say in fact I'm enjoying the conversation. Super fantastic MD. We will give him our maximum support. Phobia, the Continental Club Masters referee. Phobia ho and all the ways so no. They are back Jumedi so. A care about my lamp. I say we can has fast more now. Okay, be saying. Konidi and we found baying. But has fans should support the new MD with the some Pantima kind. But my lamp there no. See more support MD no. He will deliver. And on the abano and Timami kind for man no. Kwame Owusu education about so what about Salifu's contract? Have they come to an agreement? But the question of Ubisa was a player contract. Salifu and China kono di bury here. Na motimi no aka awia ne sa na.
Again, this is internal, but we are looking at all the contracts in Nigeria. Just give us time.
Okay. All right. We say junior team, for instance, what's the plan for the junior team in terms of technical direction?
Oh, so right now I see they're playing games, they're training, and it's not just them also, the female team as well. And again, they're all being looked after. And I think the time is to try and have a process they can move from one to the other and just develop their talent.
Levi Tako say, please tell the MD that he should try and convince StarTimes to telecast most of their matches in the night. The players are going to give out their best for him to achieve the goals. Night football. We are born as a Krumhano.
It's true. But GPL now, I think that's on them now. It's StarTimes, GPL. It's not just one club.
Yeah.
It's somebody said in their settings, okay, how do we improve?
Yeah.
So it's not just one club.
Yeah, but for Hasselhoff, you are fortunate because home grounds, for instance, or floodlight.
Yeah.
Some of the venues can argue that they don't have floodlight, so they can't play night football. But more, and you stand to benefit more because of the fan base that more. It's something you would want to lead in terms of conversation.
So we've actually asked, right? But again, it's not just about one club. We don't have much choice. But again, it's about how do we get more money into clubs to make sure that they have all the same or similar infrastructure. Yeah. So then everything is that the standard is brought up together. And then they're very important.
Okay. What's up with Phobia for Life?
It's ongoing. I mean, we even talked about it yesterday, and it's something that we are very keen to try and make sure that we get it right.
Possible as if PB, no, see me a question, and no. Okay. Don Richie, say ask him why they always sign players on 2 and 3 year contract and not 5.
and not that simple, so it's not that simple. No, think about it again, revenue, again, in and out, financial position of the club. It's not just one factor. Yeah.
Brad Rich, say when is Has going for preseason outside the country?
Mate.
Me jack questions about entry Nyami Emmanuel. So Togbe's interest is how an MD would be able to bring finances to the club. Is he in good position to fulfill that part? I'm sure he's talking about sponsorship and revenues.
Oh, we are working on that as well. I think we've seen some of the things that we can commercialize and things that we have currently, and then we want to try and build on it until again time and you will start to see these sort of things come in.
Edwin Tete, Edwin Tete Pinto, ask him that Akambi Odote and Yahoo interfere in his work. But you said board, there's no board.
There's no board. There's no board.
There's no board.
Yes.
But I'm sure you've heard some of the very funny comments and interesting comments from people. How do you take it?
The past is the past. Let's move on. I think if we're not careful, then we're also doing the same thing of dwelling on the past and talking about the same thing and amplifying a problem, maybe financial than your problem. Let's kind of move on from.
Okay. Commenting there, bar and a bar say okay. Oh, the best junior and marking can be banana. Oh, Jumediano. So, but we saw Kotoko play against ASEC.
Yes.
Just a few days ago, and the general conversation is look, the quality of football we play here, and then the rest of our neighbors, top teams, Anka, some 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they no more rocky shoulders, and they're bono. It's way above us. Yeah. How then do we close the gap? I know, for instance, in 2000, Hassan Esperance Bois, the gap was at par. But Ali Bahai Womo, as a gap, what do we do to close that gap with the best on the continent?
I think that's where we started from. The infrastructure is very important. So, back then, they didn't have training pitches, they were training at the beach. Now, it's all very, very way. Be out there. Right? There are different training grounds for different. To be a day before we play a game, maybe you train here, right? To get used to be at the grounds. If you don't think about these things, you'll be catchy. And the tech side of things as well. So they train, they wear these wearable like tech where you can tell your heartbeats, how far you run. They use all of that. They have the data.
Yeah.
And then what about us, right? We are growing apart. They're more corner. These are things that if we don't have money, you can't do, right? He's also investing in the whole infrastructure, in the whole technology, in the sports science. The science behind what they're doing now, we are not. You say medicals. It's a lot bigger than what we currently have, and because they have money and we don't. In Tienko Pesca, near Senyebi.
Yeah. Tienko Pesca na. Escaping easy sa.
Quite idea feel kind of
But there are a few interactions with. I'm sure you've had conversation with corporate Ghana. Why is it so difficult for corporate Ghana to come into football elsewhere? It is the same people now. Investments, running clubs,
Yes.
But as a baha, corporate Ghana baby, and football so baby, one for be no amount few thousands be. Well, how then do we get them to appreciate the area, and help us get to the next level?
So, from their point of view, it's a business. You pay 100 cities, 200. That one is fine. But so Ocho check 5 million, 10 million. There has to be a business, right? Like Obenya Denifio.
Yeah.
And you say you can't convince them, say, you get these benefits. Over there, they do it very, very well. Everything is by numbers.
Yeah.
If you sponsor Manchester United every year, 1 billion people will see your logo. It's very, very clear. Then you give the money to them. It's marketing, right? And I think something we also need to do. And to say, again, being intentional about the commercial side of football.
Yeah.
Identify where the opportunities are, and we just try and capitalize on it. Because I'm sure the money is there. But they don't know how, and they're not convinced enough yet. Until we have to go and convince them to invest in football.
Support is not going to be Brinano, Omo, Abotukakra. I said they've been away. As a motive baby, na ha clubs baby. If you are yaw, if you hire the lack of silverware, if you are to Kwana Kosono, how are you? What then are we here to bring all of them together to support the club? How to folk. I mean, last time Kumasi, and you remember to Krana, I want to be. How don't you get that excitement back into the club?
For me, it's about bringing everyone together. Saying everything about together, so they forget issues here and there. It's about House of Folk. It's
Yeah.
about the club, it's about the fans. But together, first of all. So my door's open. I've listened to a lot of fans. I have listened to a lot of people. The NCC. Again, it's about how we all work together because Ibia, in the past, Ibia not way. No, let's all come together. Football in the middle. House of Folk. This is it. And you know, way. No, we'll be any day, and we'll see any Debbie. Together, and then okay, how do we best get to the top?
What's the brain behind it? Is it something that away?
Yeah, so I think more for away games. Sebia, they can also come out in their numbers to come and support the club. Into the identity, we'll have a few around. We're starting with the Osu one, the Osu Gardens. So I think it's called 5 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
traffic light so
Traffic light, yes.
It's on your way to the Castle Road. On your right, space be or wide, be or I think last time for me, Banabia bomb was Fridays.
Fridays, yes.
Okay.
But a bit from Osu Gardens.
Osu Gardens.
I think Google, I think it's Osu Gardens.
Okay.
It's more quiet. Then every weekend, with your family, just go and watch it.
It's really giant screen base you.
Yes.
Nobody giving up my
Yeah,
supporters.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good innovation. That's a good one. Until 2022 now, what me about games no.